Imagine an old two-story house in Kolkata. At the top sits a massive rooftop framed by the tangled branches of tagar and jaba plants. Tunu lived here with his parents, but his mother maintained a strict rule: never go to the roof after dark. She claimed it was the domain of Chadbabu, a local supernatural entity. This diagram shows the process of inherited fear. Adult anxieties and unsubstantiated legends are passed down to the child, creating a rigid boundary, an invisible fence built on stories rather than personal experience. Tunu was an exception. He was naturally skeptical and brave. The ghost stories his mother relied on to keep him safe didn't register as threats to him. On this rooftop, the boundaries set by adult caution were about to meet a child who didn't believe they existed. The encounter took place on Amavasya, a night of total darkness. Tunu had lost a toy car. The need to find it became a practical priority, outweighed fear of the dark. He left his room and slowly climbed the cold, dark staircase, finally stepping out onto the forbidden roof. In that walk, Tunu's mundane goal led him into a direct confrontation with a legend his community had spent years avoiding. As he stepped onto the terrace, the temperature dropped and the darkness felt heavy. There, sitting behind the water tank, was the entity itself, Chadbabu, a round-faced man with a faint smile. He wore a clean white shirt, but the physical evidence of his nature was below. His feet hovered exactly 1 inch above the concrete. In this situation, biological instincts usually dictate a specific path: a spike in adrenaline, a frantic escape, and a lasting trauma. The presence of the unknown was now a confirmed fact, and standard self-preservation instincts should have taken over. Tunu didn't run. He simply asked the man what he was doing and invited him downstairs for a game of Ludo. Chadbabu was stunned. He began to stutter, realizing his role as a terrifying monster had no effect on the boy. This radar chart illustrates how the invitation neutralizes the threat. While the ghost's intimidation factor is high, Tunu's disarming empathy expands to its limit, causing the intimidation metric to collapse. By offering to play, the boy removes the ghost's ability to frighten. Tunu's logic was straightforward. The fact that someone is a ghost doesn't prevent them from being a good person. By refusing to show fear, Tunu did more than protect himself. He changed the ghost's identity from a predator into a companion. This led to a new nightly routine: Tunu and Chadbabu sitting on the roof together, playing Ludo and talking. The alliance became practical too. The ghost began helping Tunu memorize his school lessons. Meanwhile, Tunu's mother noticed that the ghostly activity she once feared had vanished entirely. The haunting stopped because the entity found a sense of connection. Resolving a threat can often be achieved by integrating it rather than trying to defeat it. Many of our most persistent fears are built on the assumptions we inherit from others, rather than the facts we find for ourselves. When we face an unknown situation with courage and positive intent, we change the trajectory of the outcome. This Venn diagram redefines bravery. In the space where fear of the unknown meets courageous empathy, we find an unexpected ally. Bravery is the willingness to extend a hand of friendship to a perceived enemy. An unexpected invitation can dismantle a threat more effectively than a shield, changing how we interact with the things that haunt us.